Hello everyone, I'm Prathamesh, and in this video we're going to look at an interesting trap in Vienna Gambit with which you can get decisive advantage in 7 moves. So let's get started. So Vienna starts with one e4. The most obvious response would be e5. Knight c3 is basically the start of the Vienna game. The natural developing move for black would be knight f6 over here, and here white goes f4, which is basically known as the Vienna gambit. It is also sometimes called as delayed king's gambit because in king's gambit, instead of playing e4 e5 knight c3, we directly go f4 over here. So this is the king's gambit, but in Vienna we go knight c3, knight f6, and then f4. Here the point is to take the control of the center with f4, and also there could be some attacking chances with bishop going to c4, knight f3. Then we can just castle and attack on this f7 pawn. Now here black has couple of good moves. The main move over here is d5. White continues with f takes e5, knight takes e4, queen f3, knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, knight c6, d4. So basically this is a position you're looking for as a Vienna player. White has a double pawns, but it has good space. Also white can just develop his bishop to b5 and then short castle and continues attack on the f7 pawn, and he can bring his bishop over here. He has a good play over here, but most of the times you will not face this move d5. The most natural move here is either to take over here or develop the knight to c6 or d6. Now suppose if black decides to take the pawn with e takes f4, then if this move e5 attacking the knight. Now as you look, the black knight does not have many squares, like he cannot go here because all these squares are controlled by the queen and the knight. So is to go back on g8, but it doesn't look pleasant. So many times the players will bring the queen over here to pin the pawn, and it is a mistake from the black side. And here white can just simply go queen e2, unpinning the pawn. Now black has to go back on knight g8. White continues his development with knight f3. Now this is one of the most important moves. Now if here black plays the move d6, it is a big blunder. The engine is showing +8 over here for white. White can just continue knight d5 attacking the queen. Now the queen has limited number of squares. Suppose it goes to queen e6, then it's just a simple fork over here with knight c7 comes with check to the king and picking up the queen over here. So queen e6 is not an option over here. Now another move for black would be queen to d7, protecting his queen and also protecting the c7 pawn. But now white can just take the pawn, e takes d6 over here and give a discovered check with the help of the queen. Now here if black brings in the knight in between, firstly we can take the pawn on c7 with a check, king d8, and we can take the knight with a check. Only move king takes c7, we can make a queen takes, and this is a simple win for white because he's like a queen up and he can just grab all the pawns and win the game easily. So queen d7 also doesn't work, queen e6 doesn't work, cannot go queen f6 because it is already protected. Similar with queen g5 and h4. So the only move remaining is queen d8. So he goes queen d8. Then we can just take e takes d6 with a discovered check with the help of the queen. He has to block the check with bishop e7. We can again take knight takes c7 with a check, king d7. We can take d takes e7, queen takes c7 if played. Then you can just queen, and there is a mate in one now with queen e5, a beautiful checkmate in the center of the board. So this won't work. So he has to take over here with the knight, and then we can just take over the rook and we can continue the game with a piece up and a rook. There is another beautiful variation over here. Instead of taking the bishop on e7, we can simply go knight e5 check. The only move over here is king takes d6, knight f7 with a family fork of queen, rook and king. So we can win the queen and win the game over here. So this was beautiful trap in Vienna. It starts with e4 e5, knight c3, knight f6, f4. So this is the starting position of Vienna gambit. The main mistake of black is queen e7, after which it is a great position for white. And the main blunder here is d6. Most of your opponent will play this move. I am currently rated around 1900 on chess.com, but at this level also many people play this d6 move, and you can win many games over here. So yeah, that is it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.